What's up guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by my barber, Paul Quigley, as you can see here. And we're going to do like a questions you're afraid to ask your barber kind of video. So I asked my Instagram and we're just going to get straight into it basically. So Paul, tell us a bit about yourself then.
About myself? Well, I have a salon in Naas called Blonde Quigley. I'm a partner of Barbers next door called Hawk and Blade. And that's about it.
Right, I'll jump into the questions, will I?
Yep, go for it.
Has anyone ever said to you they don't like their haircut?
That's a tough question to start with, dude. Yes, that has happened. Not too often. It happened one particular time that stands out was a client. I do her friend's hair.
Yeah.
She asked me, she came in and said, I love my friend's hair, you do it exactly like my friend's hair.
Yeah.
So I did it exactly like her friend's hair, and she absolutely hated it. She went mental, she went crazy. I had a panic attack.
Jeez.
And then she left. That was it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm emotionally scarred from it.
I'd say
Just
so.
once, it's not too bad, is it?
So do you ever mess up someone's hair and what do you do about it? Like,
What do we do if I mess it up?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully if you mess it up, it only you can actually fix it, okay? That it's not too short. It's too short, you're screwed. If I mess it up, I basically just try to talk my way out of it, convince them how beautiful it looks, and worst case scenario, I just have to say it'll grow back. Not much you can do. It's too short, it's too short.
And does that happen often with you?
Never. Never. Once. What I told you about a second ago, that's it. Once.
Has anyone ever not paid for the haircut and left their hair? Like, has anyone
Not
ever...
paid for it and left,
Yeah.
without paying for it.
Yeah.
Yes, there is one person who always does it.
Always.
My wife. That's a good answer.
There you go. You must have rehearsed that one, didn't you?
No, these are all new questions. You didn't send these to me last night. No.
Have you ever cut someone's hair with a razor?
Oh yes, I have. And it was a disaster.
Blood?
Oh, blood all down their neck. Oh, it was a disaster. And it was a young kid.
Oh.
He has special needs. So he was extra upset, as you could imagine. And it was just blood everywhere. His mum was, both myself and his mum were half panicking. She had to bring him to the GP.
Jesus.
I think your ear is the highest blood pressure point in your body. And when you cut it, it just pumps blood, it won't stop. Tried to put Vaseline on it, tried to do plasters. I had to send him out. It was only like literally less than a millimetre. And I had to send him out with a towel on his ear.
Jesus.
I still cut his hair now. He's in his 20s now, right? And he's sitting there and he's on his laptop or his iPad. And every time I just go to clean up around his ears like this, he'd be away like this, and he just stops. Stares at me. Goes like this. And then I finish around his ear and he goes back onto his laptop. It's brilliant. He's a great young fella, yeah.
If someone asks you to do a hairstyle that you can't, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I say, yeah, no problem. No problem. And then I'll say, just excuse me for one moment. And I go out and I have a look on Instagram, YouTube. I'll ask one of the girls or one of the lads in the barbers next door. I will do anything, but I'd never say I can't do it. There's no haircut I can't do, but it might be a case where they might come in and say, I want Kim Kardashian's haircut. And you might know exactly what she has at the moment, so you have to go back, Google it, and then come back out and do it. So not a big deal, no problem.
Has anyone ever given out to you for messing up the hair and not paid the full amount?
Yes, I go back to the first client. The first question with the girl who asked for her friend's hair, she was so upset, she went mental, she went crazy. And it was actually short, she went from long to short, she just hated it. I gave her what she asked for, but she just hated it. She was so upset, I just said to her, listen, don't worry about it. Come back to me in a couple of months and I'll fix it up for you when it grows back a little bit. I've never seen her again. Her friend still comes into me though, that's the main thing.
That's good. Have you ever had a client who's awkward and doesn't want to make any conversation at all?
I have one particular client that's really like that. I'm cutting her hair about 15 years. I still know nothing about her, nothing. 15 years, she comes in every 5 weeks, same time, same day, same haircut. She just doesn't talk. I tried to make small talk about Christmas she was in there last week, talk about Christmas, nothing. And then one day I just saw her on the news. She was on the 9 o'clock RT news. about some sort of nursing dispute or something. I'm looking at her, I'm like, hey, there's my client, hey, that's what she does. I don't know what she does. She came in the next time for a haircut then, and she's still, I said, hey, I saw you on the news there. What were you doing? And she was like going, yeah. Are you on the nursing side? Or are you on the like union side? Are you on the government side? Are you the good cop, bad cop? And she just went, something like that.
Oh.
And that's it. Like 15 years. I know her first and second name. And her phone number I have in the book. That's it. Nothing. It's weird.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, on another point, another client of mine, right? I saw, speaking of the news, I was watching the news one evening. This guy came into me for years. He always has the most beautiful car parked outside. All my dream cars. He was a car dealer, okay?
Yeah.
He used to bring them in from the UK, beautiful car. I was watching the news one night and I saw he was killed. He was a gangster.
Oh.
He got killed. He was caught in another country. I'm not going to say which, just in case someone's still saying it. But he was lovely. He was a gent, softly spoken, an absolute gent, always in, very nice, polite to everybody, turned up on time, made his appointments, no fuss, got a good haircut, and then one day I'm watching the news and he was gone. It was actually quite sad, but it's strange, you just never know.
Very dark.
Yeah. I went off point there, but it's a good story.
Good story. Do you enjoy making small talk or gossiping with clients, or do you prefer silence?
Small talk.
Yeah.
Gossip, small talk, definitely. No, I don't gossip, I'll listen to gossip.
Of
But
course.
I am a man at the end of the day who's in there, out there. Even the juicy stuff, my wife will say something a month later and I'll say, oh yeah, I knew that. She's like, and you never told me? What the hell? When I get enough gossip off this fella anyway, it's grand. And the day passes faster. There's nothing worse than
silence. And
like the haircut, just the day goes faster if you're just talking crap. It's great.
Do many people tip?
Do many people tip? I'd say 50% of people would tip.
Yeah.
I think in the barbers and Hawk and Blade, I'd say probably more than that.
Yeah.
But there'd be small tips.
Yeah.
But then all those small tips add up. But the lads could do 15 or 20 haircuts a day. And if everyone left €1 or €2, that covers your lunch, covers your fuel for the week. The lads could easily earn 100 quid a week in tips. Easily. That's 20 quid a day. When you're doing like so, but then so in the hair salon we probably get less tips. And because I'm the owner, people don't really tip the owner. But when you do get tips, they're big.
Yeah.
So you end up like, listen, it can cover your lunch for the day. It can cover your fuel going home, cars, whatever. So it's to answer your question, do many people tip? Probably half, probably 50% of people tip. Yeah.
Well, as a barber and a hairdresser, what's the worst experience that you've had with anything? Like,
with anything, the worst experience I've had.
Yeah.
Probably going back to that first client, first question. I'm still scarred by that. It was probably 10 years ago, and it just still lingers on. But on a serious note, I think I've often gone up to hospitals and up to places to cut people's hair off for doing chemotherapy, cut ladies' hair off, and that's always, you're trying to be calm, you're trying to make it some way fun if possible, but that's probably the most, not traumatic, but it's a nice thing to do, but it's really it's a heavy thing to do. It feels good and bad. That's probably the worst thing, and it's a good thing as well though, it's not the worst thing. And sometimes you make me cut all people's hair and graft. Freezing cold, 23rd of December, hands frozen, doing homeless people's hair. That's his fault.
Right, that's it for my videos today. I hope you liked it. Just the finished look. I kind of got a few highlights in here. I just got the normal fade. It looks a bit choppy at the moment because I put products and stuff into it. But yeah, if you want to go follow Paul, make sure you do. I'll leave his Instagram and his stuff down below. Go check him out. Savage Barber. Appreciate it, Paul. And yeah, maybe if you want a part 2, leave a comment down below. And what do you want me to do with my hair next? So definitely let me know. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, peace out.